Hello and welcome back to Parental Composure. Today we are going to be talking about yelling at your children and whether it's effective or not.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mike Ayers, and I'm here with Miss Elise and Mike. We're back with another. This is like 60-something episode of Parental Composure.
It's a lot of episodes.
It is a lot of episodes. It's because we're badass like that.
So we're talking about
Yelling at your kids.
We just talked about spanking, and now we're talking about yelling. We're talking about all the real stuff, guys. All the real stuff.
Yeah. Yelling at your kids. How's it working out? Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, on Google, there is it says a new research suggests that yelling at kids can be just as harmful as hitting them. In the 2-year study, effects from harsh physical and verbal discipline were found to be frighteningly similar. A child who is yelled at is more likely to exhibit problem behavior, thereby eliciting more yelling. It's a sad cycle. Huh. Well,
I mean, I know those families that don't yell at all. And I mean, I think that's great. But I do also think it has to do with personality.
yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Because I don't know about you and your family, but I mean, I grew up in an Italian family. My husband grew up in a Hispanic family where everyone's very,
Loud.
loud and emotional, and it's...
Oh! Like when your kid talks back to you, oh! Who are you talking to? Huh? Have some respect. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are a very loud family as well. So
Yeah.
honestly, yelling now is just normal in our household.
Yeah.
Yelling is normal, but our neighbors probably hate us because of all the yelling. But the thing is that again, you go back to the whole personality thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like when my kids know that when I yell, they know I'm pissed. But I admit, when I was just starting out as a dad, I got a little too carried away with it.
Mm-hmm.
But now the yelling, I try not to yell anymore.
I think that's great.
If people could do it without yelling,
if you can do, that's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah.
Who's going to complain about that?
Right.
Honestly.
But I think the hard part is deciding whether it's good or bad. I just don't see either or being either. I mean, I just don't see it being good or bad.
Like now, as I'm getting older, I'm able to actually think about it right then and there, whether I want to yell or not.
Yeah.
But before, it wasn't like that. It was like, I'd fly off the handle.
Yeah, I remember actually when I first became a mom, and I just remember when the kids were little, all three of them, I would yell more. I think the yelling comes from feeling overwhelmed a lot of the times, right?
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's like a very big issue that you're like, what the just happened? I would find myself yelling when I was feeling overwhelmed or flustered and not having control over a situation. And that's reality.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens.
Every kid, every single kid goes, in my opinion, goes through that stage where they want to test their parents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, if you can get your kids to know not to test you ever again without yelling, I mean, come on. I'm not going to complain,
Yeah, that'd be great.
I would love that. But, my kids are so hard-headed and, they like to push.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and it does get worse as they get older.
Yes, it does. It does. Absolutely does.
Yeah. And so, yeah.
And that's why when it comes to, the older kids and even Riley, an 11-year-old, that she's probably been the hardest to handle between all the other kids when they were her age. But, I mean, just a situation happened yesterday. I can't remember what she did. But I do know that Michaela was looking at me like she was expecting me to fly off the handle. But I was honestly able to stop think about it and was like, it's not even worth it yelling about
That's
it.
awesome.
So,
And then you just addressed it with Riley? And
no.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, no, okay. And I just gave her that look like, you got to pass on this. Don't it? That look that says you got to pass on this. Don't ever do that again.
Yes.
I gave her that look.
Those.
And Michaela was shocked because, like Michaela was really bad. I don't care what anybody says. Michaela was bad. And I always yelled at Michaela. I did. She is my stepchild, but I yelled at her at times, and I mean, she knew how to piss me off.
Well, and like you said, as you get older, and I think this is probably very common with younger parents too, because it's like they don't know, they're young.
Yeah.
They're still like maturing and learning how to be a parent, and they're raising babies and toddlers. And,
I mean, you learn. You're
learn.
going through a learning
over
stage,
time.
so it's like, but for people to say, you can't yell at your kids and it's abusive and this and that, I think the abusive part, depending on if you're, I don't know, like the yelling.
This is why
these
topics are so hard.
Yeah, it's a thin line.
It is a thin line because it's like, that there's people that come from families where that's all they get all the time is yelling from, their dad or their mom. And I can see why that would be really harmful to somebody.
Yeah.
But I do think that there's also those families that are very much full of love and have fun together and do lots of, family. I mean, I'm just thinking of our family and your family too. It's like you guys are super tight. That's how we are too. But, there are times when Trevor and I will yell. And the kids know that when we're yelling, we're serious.
Yeah.
And so it's not all the time. It's not every day. But yeah, I mean, there are times that we yell.
I mean, if your 15-year-old steals your car,
right.
and goes somewhere, like,
right.
Are you not going to yell at them?
I don't appreciate you taking
it's okay,
my
honey.
car.
But listen, please don't do that again. And it's like, or what if your 15-year-old took your car and crashed it?
Yeah.
I'm just happy you're okay. Which, I mean, of course, you should be happy they're okay.
Right,
but
yeah.
At the end of the day, somebody's foot's going up somebody's... Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
But, I think it's more of a, again, the way you're raised, it will play a huge part on the way you raise your kids.
Yes.
So, it will go all the way back to, the time humans were, even created, just because every piece of it will work into the next generation.
Right.
Of the family, and it's...
Because that's your experience. And honestly, my father-in-law says it perfectly. He's always like, just take what you got and do better. Every generation should just take what they got and then just try and do better and better. And honestly, yelling, because there's times too when like I'll yell and the kids know I'm not super serious, so they'll like laugh about it. But I'm just yelling because I'm just like, what is this? Or something.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
You didn't do the dishes. Oh my God.
Yes, yelling is stressful, but
yeah.
Honestly, what are you going to do without stress in your life?
Yeah.
Is there anybody? Is there any parents out there that has no stress in their life?
Oh man, that would be so nice.
But, yeah, honestly, to close it off, my personal opinion, yelling is it's just a normal way of life in my household. That's just yelling in my house. Everybody expects it. So, we've never had any friends or family say, "Hey, dude, you guys have to, you guys got to tone it down because you're going too far with it."
Yeah, right.
And I believe if my family or friends honestly thought we were going too far with the yelling and it being abusive, I'm sure somebody would bring it to our attention.
Right. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's a situational thing. It's a very gray area, but just to give my thought about it is, yes, yelling goes on in my house. I can't help it. Kristen definitely can't help it. But
don't say that.
But, at the end of the day, that's how we all get along.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids yell too.
Yeah.
They should be, you know what? They should be held accountable just as much as parents are.
I do agree with that.
I mean,
sure.
even the 20-year-olds and 18-year-olds, they're screaming up a storm. They're screaming at the younger one.
I know.
And then I have to yell at them.
Because they're... Yeah, no, that happens all the time in our house.
It's a chain reaction.
I know. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, but honestly, if there's any parents out there that can get away without yelling and have some ways to just, I guess, let your child know, hey, you don't ever do that again without yelling, let us know.
Yeah.
I would like to know, and you know what? I'll try it.
Yeah.
I will even try it.
Yep.
Help me. There you go. Oh, and Kristen. But.
All right, guys. Let us know in the comments below what your opinion is on the matter. And remember to visit our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And remember to subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you next time.